Did you know that an entire darts game was removed from television for a mysterious reason? We reveal it in this video why this happened. You won't believe it. Brace yourselves for a tale of darting struggles and missed opportunities at the PDC World Darts Championship. While this prestigious event is known for showcasing the very best in the sport, it has also witnessed some not so glorious moments. Today, we delve into the shadows of the past to uncover a match that was so unsightly it was kept away from the prying eyes of TV viewers. Over the last 5 years, the World Championship has seen its fair share of dismal games, but none quite like the ones we're about to explore. Games that dragged on for what seemed like eternity, where the darts seemed to lose their way and players fell short of their potential. The year was 2007, when Warren French, the New Zealand national champion, entered the hallowed grounds of the Circus Tavern to face a young James Wade. At that time, Wade hadn't tasted victory in a PDC World Championship game. What ensued was a grueling battle where French's darts struggled to find their mark. Despite an average of 78.6, he could only muster 4 legs in the entire match. It was as if his darts were determined to challenge his dreams on the bigger stage. Fast forward a year, and another player, the Japanese qualifier Akihiro Nagakawa, entered the scene. His World Championship debut in 2008 ended in disappointment with a 5-2 loss in the preliminary round to Anthony Ford. Nagakawa's darts that day appeared to be weighed down as he managed an average of just 68.85. But destiny had other plans for Nagakawa, and he returned to the World Championship stage the following year after clinching the Japanese National Championship once again. Simultaneously, Warren French earned his second chance at the PDC World Championship by winning the New Zealand National Singles Championship for the second time. Now, as both players found themselves at the illustrious Alexandra Palace, the anticipation was palpable. Could they rise above their past struggles and deliver a memorable match? The match began with the usual formalities, and as the players exchanged greetings and handshakes, there was a glimmer of hope that this encounter might be different from the horror shows of the past. After all, both French and Nagakawa had experienced the World Championship stage before, and surely they had learned from their mistakes. Don't forget to hit the bullseye so you never miss out on any of our amazing darts videos. Nagakawa won the bull, and the game was underway. But what followed was a never-ending sequence of missed opportunities and dismal performances. After 18 darts thrown, French found himself down to 59. It seemed like a reasonable position, but then disaster struck. He aimed for the single 19, but hit the 7, an unfortunate sign of things to come. And if that wasn't enough, he followed it up by missing the single 12, depriving himself of a shot at a double. When he finally returned to the oche, it was a comedy of errors. 1, 2, 3 darts missed at tops. And just when you thought he couldn't possibly miss any more, he did. 3 more darts at a double. It was as if he had forgotten how to aim, how to throw, how to play darts altogether. Nagakawa, sitting on 55, seemed to be more than willing to capitalise on his opponent's misfortune. But even Nagakawa couldn't escape the curse of this dismal match. He too struggled to find his way to a double, missing opportunities left and right. In an almost comically tragic turn of events, he hit single 2, but then went off track, hitting treble 17 to leave double 1. As the match wore on, the misery continued. French's struggles showed no sign of abating, and Nagakawa seemed to be caught in the same web of despair. It was a game of missed doubles, misplaced shots, and sheer frustration. But the worst was yet to come. Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, Sky Sports dealt the final blow. They decided to cut to a break, leaving viewers in disbelief. Yes, you heard that right. The match was still ongoing, and yet they saw fit to spare us from the torment for a few moments. We can only imagine the relief of those who were finally free from witnessing this disaster unfold. When the coverage returned, the misery continued. The stream of the game was barely visible, hidden behind graphics displaying the scores of other, more interesting games. It was as if Sky Sports was trying to tell us, hey, there are better matches out there, go watch those instead. But for the unfortunate souls who remained glued to their screens, there was no escape from the agony. French continued to miss, and Nagakawa continued to falter. The match dragged on, with both players seemingly unable to put an end to this excruciating ordeal. It was a match devoid of excitement, devoid of skill, and devoid of any redeeming qualities. The coverage showed us snippets of the game, as if teasing us with glimpses of the misery unfolding on the stage. It was a train wreck, and we couldn't look away. The crowd's enthusiasm waned, replaced by a collective sense of disappointment and disbelief. This was not the darts they had come to witness. This was a far cry from the electrifying battles that had graced the PDC World Darts Championship stage before. As the match stumbled towards its merciful end, French managed to secure a victory, claiming a win from being 3-1 down. But there was no celebration, no triumphant moments. It was a win born out of sheer luck and the inability of his opponent to find a double. And so, the match between Warren French and Akihiro Nagakawa etched its name in infamy, shattering unwanted records at the PDC World Championship. It was a contest that defied expectations, but for all the wrong reasons. As the dust settled, it became evident that this was a match plagued by missed doubles and wayward darts. A spectacle that left both players and viewers utterly bewildered. One of the legs in this excruciating ordeal took French an astonishing 33 darts to win, a world championship record for the most darts taken to claim a single leg. The snail's pace of this particular leg was emblematic of the overall sluggishness that pervaded the entire match. The combined average of both players was a mere 109.29, with French averaging 54.94 and Nagakawa slightly lower at 54.35. The combined average proved to be the lowest in the history of the PDC World Championship, a dubious distinction that neither player would cherish. To add insult to injury, French's winning average of 54.94 was not only woeful, but also earned him the unenviable title of the lowest winning average in the tournament's history. It was a win born out of the opponent's misfortune, rather than any stellar performance on French's part. The highest finish in the entire game was a mere 40, a stark reminder of the lackluster darts that adorned this ill-fated encounter. Nagakawa, despite managing to hit the only 180 of the game, could only muster 2 scores over 100. It was as if the darts themselves were rebelling against delivering any form of excitement or brilliance. The lack of scoring power from both players dragged the match into the depths of darts' darkest hours. While French managed to secure victory against Nagakawa, his woes were far from over. He faced Dennis Priestley in the first round the following day, only to endure a 3-1 loss in all 3 sets. Though his average improved to a more respectable 76.74, the dream of success still eluded him. His journey in the championship ended prematurely once again. Nagakawa, on the other hand, never returned to grace a PDC televised event. The memories of his lackluster display at the World Championship seemed to cast a dark shadow over his darts career, and the world would not see him on the big stage again. French did manage to make a comeback to the Alexandra Palace in 2012. In his preliminary round match against Connie Finnan, he showed signs of improvements with an average of 85, which was a vast improvement from his earlier debacle. Alas, his progress was halted in the first round as he succumbed to a 3-1 defeat against Mark Walsh. French's only other televised PDC game came in 2012, when he represented New Zealand in the World Cup alongside Preston Ridd. They faced the Austrian duo of Mensur Suljovic and Dietmar Berger. Though French contributed to all 3 of New Zealand's winning legs, the pair's average of 68.03 and a lack of 180s saw them fall short, exiting the competition with heads held low. As we reflect on this chapter of darts history, one can't help but wonder if we will ever witness a match so abysmal at the PDC World Championship again. This dark episode serves as a stark reminder that even in the grandest of tournaments, the sport can throw up moments that test the patience and passion of darts enthusiasts. Don't forget to hit the bullseye so you never miss out on any of our amazing darts videos. See you next time.